righty, we're back at 7:11 on this Wednesday morning, and you know what today is. It is Workforce Wednesday, and we're keeping you up with everything you need to know about the job market nationwide and, of course, here in our Central Georgia area. So we're continuing our conversation about getting a job and what you need to actually do once you land that opportunity. So joining us to talk a little bit more about the process is Marchello Baine, the Vice President of Human Resources with Freudenberg Performance Materials. Thanks so much for joining us to continue this conversation.
Glad to be here.
Go ahead and talk to us. You know, once people are out there looking for a job and they're trying to put in their resume, from your perspective, since you work, with HR, like what should people do to really stand out as you guys are looking at those applications?
I would always consider keeping your resume clear and concise. I would definitely focus on making your resume mirror the job description that's provided by the employer, and also hone in on your skill sets. For example, I was working with someone just on improving their resume, and they were a cashier for a large retailer in the country, and they just had on their resume cashier.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So what I was able to help them do is expound on that. Okay, how many customers do you see a day? 500. How much money have you made in transactions by the end of the shift? $10,000. That's huge. Yeah. So by the end of the week, you have roughly interacted with 2,500 customers. You've completed more than $50,000 in transactions in 1 week. That's $200,000 a month. Has your register ever come up short? Yeah. No. Well, that's a 0% error rate. So those are the things that employers look for. You can imagine how many resumes that recruiters and people in HR, how much they look at, and they kind of see some of the same things, but what can you do to make your resume pop and stand out? So those are the things that would definitely help with getting your resume out there and make it known and make it seen by the recruiters.
Yeah, resumes are definitely your chance to brag on yourself, and that can be hard for humble people who say, I am just a cashier, but there's so much that goes into doing that task that, can help you land that job.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and talk about once someone is actually landing the job, what are the most important things that they should focus on inside their job for longer term success?
I would say definitely learning the role. Even though you may have experience in the same field that you're working, the company may have a different culture. So focusing on learning the role, being a resource for your colleagues, being able to land it and keep it, being a resource, being collaborative, and asking a lot of questions. When you ask questions, you kind of understand the business and be, again, be a resource. That's huge.
Yeah, another part of landing the job and being successful is, getting along well with your coworkers and your supervisors. What advice do you have when it comes to putting your best foot forward and making a collaborative experience?
I would say don't be afraid to start the conversation. Don't be afraid to ask, because you never, asking questions never get old. Getting a better understanding never gets old. Build a rapport. Focus on building a rapport with your colleagues, especially if they've been there. The information that they have is monumental. So it's very imperative if you are able to create those relationships and keep building on that.
Yeah, and very quickly for us, last question, what should people do to kind of land a promotion or kind of build their way up to a promotion?
For starters, I would definitely recommend sitting down with your leadership or your manager and discussing what your career goals are, and to see how you can be more collaborative with working on projects, being able to focus on things that are outside of your wheelhouse, and continuing education. Always continue to educate yourself. The job market as we know it is continuing to evolve. Right. I think when I first started in human resources, we were personnel, and now there are so many facets to HR, from benefits, compliance, training, recruiting, so the list goes on and on. So I would always recommend that you continue to educate yourself and build on what you already have.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for joining us in the studio this morning. Of course, we'll have more information next Wednesday, as always, for Workforce Wednesday.